John Cena has officially been confirmed for one last appearance before WrestleMania, and there's a lot of possibilities for what could go down there. WWE just announced that John Cena will be live for the April 18th edition of SmackDown. This was a surprise, because Cena was not originally supposed to be on this edition of SmackDown. His last scheduled appearance was back several weeks ago during the overseas tour, and that was supposed to be it for John Cena appearances until WrestleMania 41 Night 2 itself. But he was just added to this final edition of SmackDown before WrestleMania, and it has fans buzzing with all types of theories and possibilities. It'll be one last opportunity to build up arguably Cody Rhodes' most important match of his career, and one last opportunity to build up John Cena's WrestleMania farewell match. So what can we expect from this final appearance from John Cena and Cody Rhodes before the actual match at WrestleMania? Let's start going down the list of theories that the community has put together. The easiest route to guess is definitely the route of revenge. Last time we saw John Cena, Cody Rhodes embarrassed him by laying him out in the center of the ring with a crossroads. So you got to imagine that John Cena does not want that image of him laid out be the last image in everyone's head going into this WrestleMania main event. So John Cena's motive for this SmackDown before WrestleMania could be simple: set a trap up for Cody Rhodes, and make sure he makes a statement by laying out Cody Rhodes this time around. Fans also think that John Cena could have more to say to the fans and to the WWE universe regarding how he feels at the moment. We only got a handful of promos with John Cena up until this point, so maybe there's even more matters he wants to discuss and dive into. And this would be the perfect platform to do that, especially with all eyes on SmackDown for WrestleMania 41. You gotta assume that John Cena and Cody Rhodes' segment on this edition of SmackDown could certainly close out the show, so it's the perfect spot for John Cena to deliver a hefty message. We've seen Cody Rhodes and John Cena go back and forth for several weeks in a row heading into WrestleMania 41, but one thing the feud has not had quite yet was that one iconic and memorable standout type of moment. We saw several of them last year in the build-up of WrestleMania 40, but one of the biggest standout moments from last year's build-up had to be when The Rock made a surprise appearance to quietly whisper in Cody's ear that he was going to make him bleed that night. The Rock disappeared for the rest of the show that night, but appeared in the closing moments of the Raw to attack Cody backstage and take him outside to the parking lot to beat him down and make him bleed in the middle of the rainy night. It was such a memorable and cinematic scene from last year's build-up that was just beautifully done. Cody and Cena's back and forth have been great, but that's the type of moment we haven't seen in their feud quite yet. Something that comes close to the rainy Rock and Cody beatdown. So they've done all the talking. Cody got one over on John Cena last time they interacted. So could this be the spot where Cena now has his moment of just obliterating Cody Rhodes and establishing himself as a monstrous threat once again, just 48 hours before their big match? The other thing fans are talking about is Cena potentially making any announcement or reveal about bringing back the spinner WWE title. If you've been paying close attention, it sort of feels like WWE has been heavily foreshadowing the return of the spinner title. John Cena first brought it up during his promo and explained all the backlash that he got for the creation of the title and how people buried him for that belt. And now, just recently on SmackDown, Cody Rhodes had a promo in front of all the WWE title designs in history and spent a lot of time looking at the spinner title as he spoke to John Cena. So the fact that Cena mentioned it, the fact that Cody literally spun a replica version of the title on SmackDown, it's all these little things that fans are seriously thinking that John Cena will be holding and bringing back the WWE spinner title for his historic 17th world title reign. Plus, with Cena's new personality trait of just being disrespectful, rude, and wanting to ruin everything for the fans, it does seem like within his new character to trash the title that Cody held in order to bring back the WWE spinner title that's always been considered to be John Cena's championship belt. So that's been a popular theory for several weeks now, and after seeing Cody play with a replica version of the spinner title, fans think that that could be some pretty evil foreshadowing there by WWE, that John Cena could go back bringing back that classic title, or maybe even an updated version with the newer logo. So that theory is very much alive in this current moment in time. The last big possibility for John Cena's final appearance on the SmackDown before WrestleMania is some type of inclusion with The Rock. Cody very lightly threw in Cena's face during their last interaction that he sold out to The Rock. But outside of that brief mention by Cody, The Rock has completely fallen all out of the way out of this storyline, and some fans think that was done on purpose and by design. They sort of want you to forget about The Rock's inclusion in this storyline, just so that they can bring him back in a big unexpected moment to truly fulfill whatever secret deal he made with John Cena behind closed doors. WWE made it clear at Elimination Chamber that The Rock and John Cena had some type of agreement and deal with each other. So we're looking for that to be paid off sometime during WrestleMania 41 weekend. Maybe it's on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. Maybe John Cena's trap for Cody Rhodes includes a surprise beatdown from The Rock. Cody took a lot of those last year, so it would be an insane moment if The Rock comes in during this final SmackDown before the event, just to try and ensure that Cody walks into Night 2 main event being a little banged up, which would make it even easier for John Cena to win. So that's a possibility for SmackDown, but if The Rock does not appear on SmackDown, it still feels like he has to show up at WrestleMania 41. The Rock is not officially advertised to appear at WrestleMania 41, but just the way the story's been set up, it just feels like he has to appear at WrestleMania in some fashion. It feels like a WrestleMania appearance by The Rock is borderline mandatory here for WrestleMania 41. It would be extremely awkward if John Cena sold out to The Rock, and then The Rock is nowhere to be found at WrestleMania 41. Definitely some questionable writing there. It just seems like The Rock is going to let John Cena do his thing and give it his best. But the second things start to get a bit rocky, you would expect The Rock to march down to the ring and influence the match. The Rock's board of director powers would obviously come into play with his interference. The Rock literally has the power to change the match in any way, right on the spot, no questions asked. So with all that power, you got to assume that that'll just be too much to overcome, and The Rock's influence will basically be the main thing that hands John Cena the WWE title from Cody Rhodes. They can absolutely do some pretty wicked things using The Rock's powers. Maybe Cody Rhodes finds a way to actually overcome all the odds and defeat John Cena, but The Rock, having all this influence and power that he does, he decides to restart the match. And that leads to John Cena getting a cheap and despicable win during that title match restart. If WWE is going to do The Rock versus Cody Rhodes sometime in the future, then it feels like The Rock definitely has to play a massive role in why Cody loses the title here. If The Rock's interference is literally the main reason why Cody loses the title, that perfectly sets up Cody versus The Rock. It would be the perfect full circle revenge for The Rock to take against Cody Rhodes. Cody embarrassed The Rock's family at WrestleMania 40, and now a year later, Rock gets to get his revenge and does whatever it takes during the Night 2 main event to make sure Cody does not walk out of WrestleMania with the title. You also can say something like this would be a big payoff to Cody and The Rock's moment that they shared together on the Raw after WrestleMania last year, where The Rock literally held the WWE title in his hands and said that it felt right. Well, 1 year later, and The Rock could literally be stealing the WWE title from Cody's grasp and handing it over to John Cena just to spite Cody Rhodes and make sure Cody does not have the title. So he may not officially be advertised for the match, but it surely looks like this Night 2 main event will not finish until The Rock appears and gets involved. So we'll see what ends up happening there and how that big moment continues to evolve this storyline. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.